Martin, can you please explain what happened this morning properly? It's lunchtime now, isn't it?
Huh? Just like I said this morning. You know Rachel, right? My friend from back home? We've known each other since we were kids.
Yeah, I know her. We hung out a couple of times after you got married. We exchanged contact info too, remember?
Oh, you exchanged contact info.
Yeah, we texted the last time we hung out, but we haven't spoken in years. We've kind of lost touch after that.
Okay, so can you just leave her alone for now? I'll take care of the communication with her.
It's not about Rachel, okay? I'm asking about the kid you brought over this morning. What do you mean by looking after them for a while? What's going on with that?
I'm telling you, Rachel's dealing with some stuff and can't look after her kid anymore.
What kind of stuff?
Are you sure you're not saying anything you shouldn't? Please, don't contact Rachel directly, okay?
I'm not that close to her. I won't overstep, don't worry. So what's actually happening?
Well, Rachel and her husband might be getting a divorce.
What? Seriously?
I don't know all the details, but it seems like her husband cheated on her. Things have been getting worse between them. They've been having a lot of serious discussions, and Rachel's emotionally drained. So she asked me if I could take care of her kid for a while, at least until things settle down a bit.
Yeah, I can imagine how overwhelming that must be for her. Having to figure out everything on her own while also dealing with all of this emotional stress.
Exactly, and her kid, he's only about 3 years old. You know how kids that age can be. They're sensitive to changes, and she's really struggling with everything right now, so I was hoping you could help and look after him for about a week, just while she gets a bit of time to sort things out.
But you're asking me to look after a kid? Do you know how complicated that is? I am working from home right now, remember? My job still expects me to keep up with my work and attend all of my meetings. I have all of the same responsibilities as when I was going into the office.
I understand, but can you find a way to make it work? Just for a little while. It's only a week.
A week? You're asking a lot, you know. The company's been pushing more and more for us to go into the office recently. I really can't be sure when they'll tell me to come in.
When that happens, I'll deal with it. I promise. I'll take care of things. I'm not asking you to take on everything. Just please help out for a bit.
You're asking a lot from me. You know that, right? You've been coming home late and working extra hours, too.
I know it's a lot, but I'm the one who brought the kid here, so I'm doing my part. I'll take care of him as best as I can.
But you're saying that you'll be home earlier now, starting today?
Today? Well, that's a bit tricky. I don't think I'll be able to leave the office exactly at the usual time.
So in the end, it's all falling on me, isn't it? I get that you're being kind, but there's a clear difference between what you can do and what you can't do, and I think you need to recognize that.
I know, I'm sorry, okay? But can you please help? Rachel and her son Zach are in a really tough spot right now.
I know they're in a tough spot. That's why I'm upset. You shouldn't have agreed to take him in if you knew it wasn't going to work for us. I feel bad for Zach too, but I'm still going to have to work while looking after him.
Look, I believe you can handle it. You're stronger than you think. I'll do my best to get home early, and if there's anything you need, just call me. I'll be there to help out.
Ugh, fine, I'll do it, but only for a week, okay? That's all I can handle. I won't be able to keep this up for any longer.
I understand. Thank you. Just 1 week is enough. I really appreciate you helping out with Zach. It's not easy, but I promise we'll make it work.
So, to make sure I'm clear, this is just for 1 week, right? Because I'm not committing to anything beyond that.
Yes, just 1 week. After that, I'll take over and you won't have to worry about it anymore.
I'm not doing this for any longer than a week. I am warning you now, so don't ask me again.
Of course, I won't. Thank you so much for agreeing to help, though. I know this isn't easy for you, but it really means a lot to me and to Rachel as well.
I'm only doing this because you're asking, but please don't put me in a position like this again.
I won't, I promise. Once this week is over, everything will go back to normal.
Okay, well, we'll see how things go. Just remember, 1 week only.
Got it. Thank you again, really. I'll make sure to do my part and handle things on my end. I know it's a lot to ask, but I'm grateful. Deborah, I'm sorry. I've got a business trip starting tomorrow.
What? A business trip? You told me you'd take a day off tomorrow, right? I have an important meeting and I'll be out of the house.
I know, but is there any way we can make it work?
No, there isn't. I absolutely have to go to the office tomorrow. They need me there and I can't get out of it.
Well, what about your sister? Could she watch Zach for a few hours?
My sister's raising twins right now, remember? I can't just ask her to take on another kid. It wouldn't be fair to her, and she is really busy every single day with the twins. And honestly, what about your mom? Isn't she around to help out?
If I ask my mom, I'd have to tell her about Rachel's situation too, wouldn't I? My mom's a bit of a gossip, and once she knows something, everyone else is gonna hear about it. I really don't want her to know about Rachel's divorce yet. Rachel hasn't even told many people, and it's a really touchy subject for her. I can't just go telling my mom all the details. She'll want to share it with everyone, and that's not something Rachel's ready for.
Okay, I get it. I'll try asking my sister then.
Thank you. Zach really took to you quickly, and I'm sure your sister won't have too much trouble with him. After spending a few days with him, you've seen how well-behaved he is, right?
Yeah, he's sweet and cute, but he's still just 3 years old, and you know how curious they are at that age. It's impossible to take your eyes off him for even a second. He's into everything, and it's actually a little overwhelming.
I know it's tough, but your sister's got experience with kids, so I'm sure she'll handle it just fine.
Don't make it sound so easy. You've been saying that, but I'm the one who's been taking care of Zach this whole time. And you haven't been coming home early.
I know, I'm really sorry about that. Work has been insane lately, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting you.
Well, I'm working too, and now I'm dealing with Zach on top of everything else. When is your business trip going to end?
It'll be over by Sunday at the latest.
Wait, so you'll be gone the entire time I'm supposed to be looking after Zach? You won't be around at all? Are you serious?
I know it's not ideal. I'm really sorry about this, but I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Make it up to me? You've been borrowing money from me for the past 3 months, and you've been slacking off when it comes to sharing responsibilities. You can't keep relying on me like this. You've been taking advantage of me, and it is starting to wear thin.
I mean, we're married, right? Isn't it okay for us to lean on each other sometimes? Especially when things are tough at work?
I'm supporting you, aren't I? But lately it's been getting worse. You've been using the credit card too much, and then you don't even seem to care about the consequences. You just expect me to pick up the slack. You're not taking responsibility for your actions, and I'm the one who ends up paying for it.
You know how stressful work's been for me, right? It's been non-stop, and I've been feeling pressure from every direction. And now I'm getting these comments from you too? I feel like I'm being blamed for everything.
You don't have to say it like that. I'm doing everything too. Work, housework, and now Zach as well. You don't even seem to realize how much extra I'm doing, and you just keep pushing your responsibilities onto me.
You're right, but I've been really overwhelmed with work lately, and I'm not handling it well. I should have communicated better with you about how much I can handle.
Well, we both have our responsibilities, don't we? You can't just keep passing everything on to me and then expect me to be fine with it. That's not fair, and honestly, you need to step up and take more responsibility.
You're right. I'm not doing enough, and I'm sorry for that. I shouldn't be putting everything on you. But I also want you to understand that I've been under a lot of pressure with work. I didn't mean to make things harder for you.
I get that work is stressful, but we need to balance things better. You can't just keep expecting me to do everything. You're not the only one who's struggling. I'm doing my best too.
I know, and I appreciate everything you're doing. Honestly, I do. I'm just trying to figure out how to handle everything at once, and sometimes I'm failing at it.
Well, it's not just about you anymore. We have responsibilities to each other and to Zach. I'm not going to be able to do this all on my own.
I get it. I do. I know I need to step up more, but what do you want me to do about the business trip? I can't just cancel it at the last minute.
You can't cancel it, but you can think about how to balance things better. Maybe I can ask your sister to help out, but I need to know that you're going to do your part when you're back.
I will. I promise I'll make it up to you when I get back.
I am holding you to that. This can't be a one-time thing, though. We need to be more balanced, or it's going to keep causing problems.
I understand. And when I get back, we can talk more about how to handle everything going forward. I'll do better, I promise.
All right, but just remember, this can't keep happening. We're partners in this, and we need to support each other.
You're right. I've been taking too much for granted. I'll do better. And I'll make it up to you, Deborah. I swear.
I hope so. Rachel, long time no see. This is Deborah, Martin's wife. Deborah? Wow, it's been ages. What's going on? I'm reaching out regarding your child. Wait, you heard about it? I'm so sorry. I know it's a delicate situation with your family, but this all came as a surprise to me as well. Is this something for you to be surprised about? It's just that I was suddenly asked to look after a 3-year-old, and I had to ask my husband for more information about the situation, which I think you understand. Wait, what? I'm really sorry for reaching out like this during such a difficult time, but it turns out Zach has a slight fever, and I was hoping you could take him to the hospital. If you could lend me his insurance card, I can take him myself. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I understand what's going on here. Could you clarify? I don't understand what you're trying to tell me by texting me out of the blue, but my son passed away 3 months ago. Wait, Zach, isn't he your son? No, I was pregnant 3 months ago, but the child I was carrying passed away before birth. He went to heaven before I even had the chance to bring him into this world. I don't have a 3-year-old son. I'm currently looking after a child named Zach. Martin told me he was your son, so I thought I should... That's a terrible thing to say. I don't know anyone named Zach. So Martin lied. Is that what you're telling me? I guess that's the case. I can't believe it. He knew I lost my child, and yet he would use my name for such a lie? I trusted him because we were childhood friends, and now... I am so sorry. It's not your fault, Deborah, but then how did you end up taking care of this child? Well, you and your husband are going through a divorce. Martin then asked me to look after the child temporarily until things settle down. What's Martin doing right now? He's on a business trip, but apparently his flight was canceled due to the hurricane. He's stuck and can't come back yet. The situation's gotten worse since I haven't been able to get in touch with him at all while he's been away. Regarding Zach's fever, he just told me to wait, so I thought I'd contact you directly to ask for help. Honestly, whether he's even really on a business trip seems suspicious at this point. Yeah, I'm starting to question everything myself. Deborah, could you hold off on contacting Martin for now? If the flight cancellation story is true, we could try to wait it out at the airport and find out the truth. I'm happy to help you confront Martin and get to the bottom of this.
Deborah, I'm really sorry. Please listen to me.
I've heard enough. You asked me to take care of our child so you could go on a trip with your affair partner, didn't you?
Yes, but It's over now. The affair is finished. That trip was the last one. I couldn't keep dragging things on any longer, so I took her there to end it.
I don't care about that.
I care about you more than anyone else. That's why I ended things with her. I'm really sorry for the pain I caused you, but I want to be with you from now on. Please come back.
So the reason you've been spending money recklessly these past few months was because you were buying things for your affair partner, right?
She threatened to tell you about the affair, and I had no choice but to buy things for her. It wasn't that I wanted to spoil her. I was doing it to protect you. I didn't want to hurt you.
You're the one who's hurt me the most. If you hadn't had the affair, none of this would have happened. And asking me to take care of the child, are you out of your mind? Both you and your affair partner are completely out of line.
She was a new mom, and there was no one else she could ask.
I don't care. The fact is, you got involved with her, and that's what's wrong.
I'm sorry. At first, I just thought of her as a friend, but somehow it turned into this.
A friend? You met her on a dating app, didn't you? You were planning this from the start.
I just wanted to try something out, see what it was like. I didn't think it would turn into anything serious.
But in the end, you did meet up and did everything. And using Rachel's name? You actually did that to a person who had lost their child? How could you do such a thing?
I thought it would never get out.
Even so, it's still the lowest of the low. Having the affair, leaving Zach with me, using Rachel's name, everything you've done is despicable. I can never live with someone like you again.
I won't do it again. I swear I'll never betray you.
I don't ever want to go through that again, so I'm leaving. You even said it was my fault, remember? You said I was pushing you, that I wasn't considering your feelings, that I wasn't understanding your pain.
I'm sorry. I was in a rush back then.
You're still only thinking about yourself. You were just doing whatever the affair partner wanted because you didn't want the affair to be exposed. You weren't protecting me, you were protecting yourself.
Deborah, I'm really sorry. If you'll forgive me, I'll do anything. Please don't divorce me. Rachel found out and now the people back home are criticizing me. If my mom finds out about this, she'll never forgive me.
See, you're still only thinking about yourself. I was on the verge of breaking down until I found out the truth about the affair. I kept wanting to believe in you, but then when Rachel and I were in the airport waiting, you came walking by holding hands with your affair partner. In an instant, all the trust I had in you was gone. I'll never forgive you. I realized that I don't need you in my life.
I need you in my life.
Because we both work? Is it because you need me to cover for you, even supporting your affair?
No, it's not like that. Even someone like me, I thought I could become better with you by my side.
You're just dumping everything on me. I used to think your smile and kindness were your best traits. But after we got married, it's been clear to me that you just push everything onto others and do whatever you want without feeling any stress.
You didn't need to say it like that.
But you're the one making me say it. If I'm the most important thing to you, does that mean it's okay to have an affair? Even if that's the case, it's still messed up, isn't it? I'm the one who's been suffering the most. You had an affair and made me take care of the affair partner's child. Do you realize how humiliating that was for me?
I was wrong. It's all my fault. I'm really sorry.
Yes, you're wrong. So please divorce me. If you're truly sorry, then at least consider my feelings.
But Deborah, please, don't you understand? This isn't just about the affair anymore. It's about everything. It's about how I've been trying to fix things. I know I've made mistakes, a lot of them, but please just listen to me. I want to fix this.
You're right. It's not just about the affair. It's about everything that happened, all the lies, all the deception. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. And I don't know if I can live like this. Always wondering if you're still lying, if you're still hiding things from me.
I swear I'll do whatever it takes to regain your trust. I'll prove to you that I can be the man you need me to be. Just don't leave me.
You say you'll do whatever it takes, but it doesn't feel like enough. You have broken me. You've broken everything. I can't just keep pretending everything's fine.
I didn't mean to break you. I never wanted to hurt you like this. If I could take everything back, I would, but I can't. All I can do now is ask for your forgiveness.
It's not that simple. Forgiveness isn't something you can just ask for and expect to receive. It is earned, and I don't know if you'll ever earn it back. I don't know if I can ever trust you the way I did before.
I understand, I really do, but please, I don't want to lose you.
Maybe you don't want to lose me, but you've already lost me. At least the person I was. I don't know who I am anymore, and I don't know who you are either.
I never meant to hurt you like this. I just got caught up in everything. The affair, the lies, all of it. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
It doesn't matter how it was supposed to be. What matters is that it's like this now. And you have to face that. I have to face it too.
Deborah, please, if you give me one more chance, I swear I'll make it right.
I don't know if I can ever give you that chance. I don't know if I can ever go back to what we had before. I don't know if I can trust you again.
I'll prove it to you. I'll do anything. I'll be the man you always wanted me to be. Just give me a chance.
I don't know if I can. I am so hurt, Martin, and I don't know if I can ever heal from this. I don't know if I can ever forgive you. After that, my husband kept shouting that he didn't want a divorce until the very end, but there was no way the affair partner's claims would be accepted. I immediately hired a lawyer and made sure to claim proper alimony from both my ex-husband and his affair partner. It wasn't just about the money, though. It was about making them both face the consequences of their actions and holding them accountable for the pain they caused me. The divorce was finalized, and my ex-husband agreed that Zach would live with him. I didn't have much to say in the matter, but I figured that it was probably for the best. Zach had become a pawn in this whole affair, and I felt he deserved a stable environment away from the chaos that my ex-husband had created. It was hard to accept, but I had to let go. During the negotiations, the affair partner claimed they couldn't pay alimony. Of course, I didn't believe that. To make sure they couldn't get away with it, I demanded they provide their ID and contacted their family to verify their financial situation. I wasn't going to let them off easy. They needed to understand that their actions had consequences, and I wasn't backing down. I found out that the affair partner had been involved in previous affairs, and that's what led them to take on the new mom role. The situation was even worse than I thought. I later learned that the affair partner's parents contacted my ex-husband to explain the situation, and Zach's father was furious. After hearing the truth, he decided to take custody of Zach. It was a tense conversation, but at least Zach was going to live with his father now. It was a bittersweet relief, knowing that Zach was far away from the destructive environment created by my ex-husband and his affair. Despite the affair partner's actions, I knew Zach deserved to grow up in a stable, loving environment, and living with his father might be the best chance for that. I heard that Zach was actually quite happy to live with his father, which gave me some peace. At least he wasn't completely left in the dark. He had his father's attention, and that was a relief considering everything that had happened. As for my ex-husband, I've heard that he's been cut off from his family and friends. The people who used to be close to him have distanced themselves, and rightfully so. He ruined everything: his marriage, his relationships, and his own reputation. It's sad, but also well-deserved. He had it all before, but his selfishness and disregard for others had caused everything to crumble. His actions had consequences, and now he was forced to deal with them. I also heard that he's been shunned by people from his hometown. They no longer want anything to do with him. The way he treated me and the way he handled everything left him with nothing. He burned every bridge he had, and now he had to face the reality of being alone. I can't say I felt sorry for him. He brought this upon himself. A neighbor who worked at the same company as my ex-husband told me that the news of our divorce and his affair spread throughout the office. As expected, no one wanted to associate with him anymore. The facade he had built around himself came crumbling down once the truth came out. He was left without any support. It was almost poetic justice. He had built his life on lies, and now those lies had caught up with him. Now, with no one left to rely on, my ex-husband probably realized just how much he had been taking others for granted. He had lived his life in a way that was selfish, and now he had no one to support him. I couldn't help but feel a little bit of satisfaction in knowing that he had learned his lesson the hard way. He had pushed everyone away, and now he was left alone to reflect on the choices he made. As for me, I had moved on. I found a new place to live and started a new life. It wasn't easy at first, adjusting to everything, but I knew it was the right decision. I wasn't going to let him continue to control my life. I had my own future to focus on now. My work situation had changed too. I had moved from working from home to going back to the office. At first, I thought I would miss the quiet of being home all the time, but honestly, I found that being busy helped me keep my mind off everything that had happened. I didn't have the time to dwell on the past anymore. I was no longer tied to the pain of my past marriage. I was free to focus on myself, and that felt incredibly empowering. I didn't need anyone else to validate me. I was in control now, and I was ready to move forward with my life. The past was behind me, and I wasn't going to let it define my future. Then, about 6 months after the divorce, I found out that Rachel was pregnant. She had been such an incredible friend during everything I had gone through. When I was at my lowest, she was the one who helped me get through it. She gave me strength when I had none left. I was beyond happy for her when I heard the news. She deserves all the happiness in the world, and now she was about to start a new chapter in her life. Not long ago, Rachel and I went to church together to pray for a safe pregnancy and delivery. It was a small but meaningful gesture. I wanted to support her just as she had supported me. I felt so grateful for her friendship, and I knew that no matter what, we would always be there for each other. Of course, Rachel wasn't the only one who had been there for me during all of this. My family and friends had offered me unwavering support. They had been my rock, lifting me up when I thought I couldn't go on. Their encouragement helped me regain my strength and my sense of self. I owed them so much, and I wanted to give back. Now I had the opportunity to be there for others, just as they had been there for me. I realized that life has a way of balancing things out. I had gone through so much heartache, but now I was starting to see the fruits of my labor. I had a new purpose, a new sense of direction, and I was determined to make the most of it. I wanted to be a source of support for others, just as my friends and family had been for me. It was time for me to give back and pay it forward. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.